As the snow melts and the spring weather brings the life back to eastern Idaho, the baseball and softball teams in red and black take the field, hoping to rejuvenate their chances of a state championship. The seeds of success were planted last year. Likewise, the coaches begin taking the time to groom their athletes into the champions they could become. Spring in Caribou County is here, and so are the diamonds in the rough. Welcome to Cardinal Baseball and Softball on KVRV The Bear, where the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff, walks you through the field of talented youth all season long over the air and on the web at mylocalradio.com. This season of Cardinal Athletics is brought to you by Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, Hunsaker Ford, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now let's head to the field as the Redbirds look to take flight and earn a spot in this year's championships on your home for Caribou County and Soda Springs Athletics, KBRV 800 AM, and online at mylocalradio.com.
The sun is shining, and it is a beautiful day for baseball and softball. Over to our left as the Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take on the MALAD Dragons, game number 2 of their district matchups. And for the Cardinal baseball team, they're looking to try and steal a game away from the Dragons and keep their hopes of getting that number 2 spot in the district alive. As if they win today and win against Bear Lake, they can guarantee themselves to be the home team in Bear Lake on Monday at around 2 o'clock when that district championship begins for the boys of Soda and the baseball field. It's a gorgeous day, and we have a full pregame show lined up for you as the Cardinals out on the field taking their warm-ups. MALAD will be following suit, and we have a full lineup of interviews coming up. Sophomore Lane Barnes will be joining us as our pregame show guest as a standout student. We'll also be talking with Jaron Johnson, one of the juniors who had a very successful game yesterday, was not retired at all, and ended up with 5 RBIs and a run scored in yesterday's contest against American Falls. Cardinals looking to bounce back. We will have the full game coming up on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com, your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, Silver Star makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose Silver Star. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Ricky Wood and Gate City Real Estate. Call Ricky today at 208-547-7012 and let her help you find your way home.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Caribou Jack's Trading Company in Soda Springs, supplying you with everything for your home and your one-stop shop for all of your barbecue needs this spring and summer. Stop by at 50 East 2nd South in Soda Springs or call 208-547-4326 today.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with our standout student, Lane Barnes from Soda Springs High School. And Lane, you're a sophomore at the school, and as the sophomore year's wrapping up, it's the halfway point of your high school career. How would you say high school's been going for you so far to this point?
High school's been pretty great. Nothing to complain about anyway, other than English and pretty much, English. Doing lots of stuff in there that's not fun. Other than that, it's been a fun year, other than breaking my leg during football. And
we were talking a little bit outside of it. You've been keeping yourself pretty busy both in school and outside of school with the athletics that you're in. Let's start off with school, because obviously that's the biggest reason why you're here, to get educated. What are some of the classes that you've really enjoyed taking?
I've really enjoyed taking math with Mr. McMurray. He makes it fun and interesting. Biology hasn't been bad. I've learned a couple new things in there. Oh, cooking has definitely been a fun class. I mean, we don't cook as much as I'd like to, but it's definitely been fun, and that's pretty much it. Those are pretty much the classes that I enjoy the most.
It's a pretty wide variety of classes that it sounds like you're into, and teachers have a big part of that. You mentioned McMurray makes math fun and enjoyable to learn. Are there any other teachers who have really stood out to you here at the school?
Mrs. Collins for my online classes that I took first semester. She really helped and made it easy to go through. Mrs. Sievers for cooking. She does a good job there, and she teaches us more than just cooking, like taxes. That was a fun time. We did some baby stuff in there, too, which was a little awkward, but good information, I guess.
What are some of the traits that you look for in a teacher that make a learning environment good for you, that if you could choose a teacher, that they'd have those traits?
Just being fun and exciting and not being boring the whole class time. I mean, being active with your teaching. Like Mr. McMurray yells and gets excited, and I mean, you can hear him down the hallway because he's yelling and screaming because someone has discovered something new.
Passion for a subject definitely makes a difference in those regards. Outside of school, you said you keep yourself busy. You're in track right now. You were in football earlier. You mentioned the broken leg in football, but does that kind of make it a little bit more exciting to come this year with the fact you're looking forward to that full year?
Oh, yeah. I am ready to play. I just want to go play. That's all I want to do right now is football.
How is track helping you out with that, too? Is that one of the reasons you're in track, to get you kind of back ready for that, or is track something you enjoy in its own right?
Track is more for the social thing for me, just talking to people, because being a thrower, I don't run a lot and do stuff, but Coach Shelton actually makes us go jump hurdles, and when I jump, my legs like kick out to the side to get over, so I'm not very good at jumping, but I've definitely gotten faster, and I mean, hopefully it's helped.
Outside of athletics, because obviously you're looking forward to those, what are you looking forward to most about your junior year? Is there anything that you're really excited for?
Excited to be done with English, because I get to take senior English next year and do my senior project, which that's terrifying. But I just want English to be done with. That is the class that I hate the most.
Well, we appreciate you giving us the look at your senior or sophomore year, and good luck as you move on to that junior year, and hopefully you'll be healthy and ready to go on that football field when things turn around.
Hopefully. All right, thank you.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved. This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Mountain States Insurance Company. Stop in for help with all of your insurance needs at 30 East, 2nd South next to Caribou Jackson, Soda Springs, or call 208-547-2141 and talk to an agent today.
Caleb Bergraff with Jaron Johnson, and the Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take on the MALAD Dragons today and look to rebound from what's been a little bit of a rough stretch. And Jaron, it seems like things just haven't been bouncing your way. You guys have been making good contact, pitchers have been throwing strikes, but right now, what do you think it's going to take for this team to see things start bouncing their way again?
We just got to cut down on some of the errors that we're making. We're doing pretty good other than just a few stupid errors that we can't be making every game that we've been consistently having problems with, and we just got to cut that out.
American Falls, while they are not necessarily the team that you guys played in the beginning of the year, they are a much improved team. Pitching-wise, they have two guys that could throw strikes, and their defense didn't make a single mistake in the field. Do you think being able to put up runs against them and being able to really earn all the runs that you guys put out there into the field, do you think that helped the confidence of this team after having a couple of struggling offensive games?
Of course it does. We just got to focus on, we got to put that towards MALAD and Bear Lake that are coming up, and it helped our confidence because we've been in kind of a slump with our batting, and to have us all hitting well is going to bring up the confidence in some of the kids that haven't been doing so well.
Bear Lake's already locked up the #1 spot in the district right now, so you guys are playing right now for that #2 spot, but that's important as you get to be the home team in that first district game. If you can end up getting that, to do that, you got to end up beating MALAD and push for that win against Bear Lake tomorrow. What does MALAD do that you think that you guys can take advantage of today, especially in their pitching game?
Well, they pitch a lot of strikes. They're a pretty consistently pitching team, and all we got to do is be able to make contact and keep those errors down, and we should be okay.
The younger kids on this team, I think that's been a consistent theme of them really being able to produce. Caleb Peterson, a fantastic game offensively yesterday, driving in 3 runs. Todd Hunzaker's really stepped up behind the plate, even throwing out a guy trying to steal second base yesterday. How has that impressed you so far this year when you see the freshmen starting to step up like that?
It's nice because we have someone to kind of fall back on, and as the years keep coming, we know that we have talent coming up and we have less to worry about in trying to fill spots.
On that same note, the seniors have been pushing pretty hard, and so have you juniors. Where do you think the strength of this team is at, though? Is it in the fact that there's depth up and down the lineup regardless of age?
The depth definitely helps, but I think a lot of it comes from our strong coaching staff that we have, and we have a lot of confidence built up with them. The freshmen are new to this, obviously, and it's fun kind of showing them, and it brings a different morale to the game, having them learn everything that we've been having as far as traditions as the years go on.
Last question for you is just on the weather. As you look at today, not a ton of wind right now. It's really like it was on Saturday when you guys took on MALAD in that game. Does the weather, when it's good like this, make it easier to play a baseball game?
It does make it a lot more fun to play, but, you know, this is soda, so 5 minutes it'll change. Guess we'll see how it goes.
Well, hopefully it'll go good for you guys today. Good luck to you, and good luck to the rest of the Cardinals.
Thanks, Caleb.
That was Jaron Johnson joining us in the pregame show as the Soda Springs Cardinals take to the field to get ready to face off against the MALAD Dragons. We are here on what is a beautiful day for some baseball. Cardinals looking to try and get themselves back into the win column, as they have seen a struggle over their last few games and lost their last 6 contests after being 6-2 after the Glens Ferry tournament. And they're going to look to Mason Smith on the hill to try and change their fortunes. Mason Smith hurling on the mound. We lost our video stream. We'll try and get that fixed as we move along through this afternoon's contest. But the first batter for the MALAD Dragons is coming up to the plate, and that is going to be Colby Dreesen. He'll be followed by Justin Hubbard and J.D. Wilkins for the MALAD Dragons. DJ Evans, Gavin Combs, and Trevor Howe will be the middle 3 in the order, with Hayden Dane, Carson Thorpe, and Stetson Clark rounding out the top 3 in the lineup. Kyle Dursteller will be playing in left field for the Cardinals. At shortstop is Zach Housley. Center field is Dylan Downs. First base is Jaron Johnson. In right field, you'll find Caleb Peterson. Second base is Peyton Lish. The pitcher, Mason Smith. The third baseman, Logan Mumford, and the catcher is Todd Hunsaker, who will not be able to receive the first pitch of the game, as it is going to be flied into shallow right field. Dylan Downs calls off Caleb Peterson, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out. A golden start for the Soda Springs Cardinals as Colby Dreesen flies out to center, and we are underway in Soda Springs. Brings up Justin Hubbard, the center fielder for the MALAD Dragons, left-handed batter against Mason Smith, who we've talked about it this year. He has been one of the very pleasant surprises for the Cardinals. There's a ball over to the third base side, fielded in fair territory. Mumford's just going to have to eat this one. He bobbled as he had to go for the bare hand, and with no throw, that'll be an infield single. 2 pitches, 2 balls in play, though, as the MALAD Dragons definitely being aggressive and being hitters coming up to the plate. Speed over at first base in the center fielder for the Dragons as Mason Smith sets, fires, and the pitch way upstairs, sees the runner go. Throw down to second, bounces in. The tag applied just a little bit late. And it is a MySpace Storage stolen base for Justin Hubbard to put him into scoring position. Count goes to 1-0 on J.D. Wilkins. Right-handed batter doing the pitching today, trying to aid his own cause early and bring home a run, as a pitch fought off to the right side, just gets beyond the fence. Jaron Johnson gave it a look, but ends up putting both hands on the fence before he can get there, and the count goes to 1-1. MALAD coming into this game, they're 9-6 is what the record says on Idaho Sports. A big record, 1-2 in district play. This their final district game, as another ball off of the hands is going to be flared into the middle of the infield. That's bobbled by Housley. He fakes the throw to first. And again, it's an infield single. Tough play for Housley to get to that one. And a couple of softly hit balls that don't leave the infield have resulted in MALAD with runners on first and second. DJ Evans steps up. No score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 1 out in the top of the first inning. DJ Evans hit a grand slam the first time these two teams played. 7 RBIs in that game. Fouls one off back behind us, and that will go where no ball will return from, into a field back door, and the count goes to 0-1 on DJ Evans. Mason looks in for the sign from Hunsaker. Infield playing regular depth. Runner goes from third. No throw, as that's a ball up tight, and also moving up on the play is J.D. Wilkins. And it's second and third for the Dragons as they get their second and third stolen bases of this game, with DJ Evans in a golden opportunity to drive home some runs. Another 2 MySpace Storage stolen bases, and a pitch inside and low will miss as DJ Evans gets ahead in the count, 2-1. Mason Smith, so far 8 pitches in. Good control and good command so far, but with runners on base and starting to have to think about something, we'll see if that continues as a pitch fought off to the left side ends up going just to the left of the dugout, and the count evens at 2-2 to the number 4 batter in the order for the MALAD Dragons. A left-handed senior who, talking with Coach T.C. Williams, says, you know, he's come on lately. As this pitch upstairs just a hair, and the count goes full, 3-2. 1 out, second and third for the Dragons. Mason Smith continuing to work as the right-hander will look in, gets the sign, comes set, works from the stretch, and winds and fires a pitch fought off again back towards the softball field. And the count stays at 3-2 for at least one more pitch. Good battle between these two so far, and you expect that from the cleanup hitter for the MALAD Dragons. As Evans again steps into the right-handed box. Mason gives a long stare before firing this one, which is laced up the middle, but right to Housley. He'll go to first for the one, up to home, and the run will score on an RBI ground out as DJ Evans does his job, puts the ball in play. Everybody will move up a base, and it is a 1-0 lead for the MALAD Dragons as 2 hits and 3 stolen bases result in 1 run across the plate. But with 2 outs, Gavin Combs will have to try and get a base knock in order to bring home some more. Another right-handed batter for the Dragons, the first baseman. Wears the number 22, orange, black, and white cleats, turned a little bit more beige due to the dirt of a long season. As the runner off third will have a chance to come home as this one flared over to left and snow-coned by Kyle Dursteller, who holds onto it for the out, and the Cardinals are out of the inning. Dragons take a lead of 1-0, but we will come back after this with the Cardinals coming up to bat for the first time on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com. Soda Springs coming up to the plate back here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Happy to have you with us on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Cardinals down 1-0 after 1 run comes across the plate on 2 hits. And it's an RBI ground out by DJ Evans that brings that lone run across the plate. MALAD into the field, and they'll be looking to J.D. Wilkins to get their offense a little bit more support on the defensive end. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, Kyle Dursteller will be leading things off as he is coming off of a very impressive performance yesterday in a game that saw the Soda Springs Cardinals fall to the American Falls Beavers, but Dursteller went 3 for 4 in that game with a couple of runs scored. As he'll try and get things started for a top of the order, which got on base consistently for the first 4 batters, with only 3 times them being retired in that first couple of appearances. Dursteller swings and misses at the first pitch to him. 0-1 the count. 1-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Happy to have you here with us on a gorgeous Wednesday. And the ball is off the hands, but into shallow right field. Coming on and making the play is Hayden Dane, as the sophomore, also the quarterback on the football team and a member of the basketball team, makes his presence known here on the baseball field, and the right fielder puts it away, and 2 pitches in, Dursteller is retired. Brings up Zach Housley, Dylan Downs to follow, Jaron Johnson in the hole as the top of the order for the Cardinals, trying to get something working. Pitch inside misses to Housley, and the count goes to 1-0. Soda Springs needing a win today in order to give themselves some opportunities, as another pitch to the plate fought off and down the third base side and just ends up rolling foul as the count moves to 1-1 with 1 out. Housley, talking with him, has not seen a lot to swing at lately. He's been getting on base a lot, but a lot of walks as teams realizing who he is, especially the more they get into district games, and not wanting to give him anything to swing at. As the pitch misses down in the dirt and the count goes to 2-1. That was definitely the case yesterday. 2 walks, twice hit by a pitch against American Falls, along with a strikeout where he was chasing some pitches out of the zone. And here he gets one off the outside corner. That is called strike 2, and the count evens up at 2-2. J.D. Wilkins trying to work a quick bottom of the first inning. His team already ahead 1-0. And a pitch swung on will be bounced over towards short, picked up and on to first base. The throw cleanly fielded by Trevor Howe, and it's a 6-3 put out of Housley that has the Cardinals looking like they may be going down in order here in the top of the first inning, or bottom of the first, excuse me. Dylan Downs will step up, and another right-hander for the Cardinals will put his mark onto this game. He had a pretty good game yesterday as well. As a pitch to him is off the hands. We'll wait on giving you the details on his game yesterday as he flies out to shortstop. We'll have to wait till his next plate appearance to tell you how he did, as we'll come back with the top of the second inning. Cardinals trailing 1-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard to the MALAD Dragons as Mason Smith makes his return to the mound and the Cardinals take the field.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, Silver Star makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose Silver Star. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
It's a 1-0 lead for the MALAD Dragons after an inning of play on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as Mason Smith will be facing the bottom half of the order. Trevor Howe, Hayden Dane, and Carson Thorpe will be the scheduled 3 for the MALAD Dragons, wearing their black road uniforms, Dragons written in script across the front in orange, as well as orange numbers, white highlights, and white pants with a mixture of pants down or the socks with the stirrup imprint sewn into them along the base and at the top of the socks. Stepping in, Trevor Howe, right-handed batter, and the first pitch to him is again fought off to the right side, and that stays fair, as that's going to be extra bases. Caleb Peterson into the corner, picks it up, gets it in quickly, but not before Trevor Howe on the first pitch he sees sends one into the corner for a leadoff double. This is something that I was talking about with both coaches. You can't be angry at your pitchers when they're getting hit because they're throwing strikes. But on the same side of things, it's frustrating as a coach when you see that happening, because you know the other team is seeing the pitches well in the early going. As a pitch from Smith, a little bit upstairs to Hayden Dane, taken for a ball. MALAD also being very aggressive at the plate, as they have swung at the first pitch 4 of the first 5 at-bats in that first inning, and now they opened it up with swinging at the first pitch in this at-bat, or this inning. 2-0 count on Hayden Dane as this pitch misses low and away. Mason Smith comes set once again. They have a pickoff move back at first, and just getting back in time is Trevor Howe. Zach Housley had the look, but the ball getting there just a little bit late as Howe was able to realize the pickoff move was coming and got back. He'll get back to his lead. Pitch just ducks a little bit low, and Hayden Dane gets ahead in the count 3-0 on Mason Smith. Looks to continue to pound the strike zone and gets the ball back once again. Sign flashed, and the pitch right down the heart of the plate, 3-1, as the count gets back a little bit closer to the favor of Mason Smith. Infield playing off the bases, regular depth, as Smith pitched to the plate, is fought off and fouled back to the screen. Runner was taken off, but Trevor Howe has to head back over to second, as the pitch will instead just move the count to 3-2 on Hayden Dane, the sophomore, trying to add to the cushion that the the MALAD Dragons have already been able to give themselves. This game important in deciding who is going to be the home team and visiting team in that first game of the district championships on Monday, as Bear Lake already secured their top seed. And the 3-2 pitch, as we continue to talk about that, flied out into center field. Runner tags, throw in from Downs, cut off by Housley. He throws to third, but just a little bit late. And it's a fly out to center, but it is a successful fly out in the fact that with one out, it moves the runner up to third base. And Carson Thorpe has an opportunity to drive home a run by just getting a ball into the field of play. Thorpe, another right-handed batter, playing second base for the MALAD Dragons. Back to what I was saying about the district tournament, Monday and early games, most likely a 2 o'clock start between these two teams, as a pitch breaking ball misses upstairs. With the winner of that game taking on Bear Lake in a 4 o'clock game. As another pitch swung on and missed. Thorpe went chasing after one at the eyes, and the count goes to 1-1. The loser of that game cannot be eliminated. Nobody gets eliminated the first day, but Tuesday we'll see both teams back at that field. As this pitch fought off to the right side, that'll make another field to the left of this one, and somebody will be sent to retrieve that. Count goes to 1-2 as Mason Smith looks to strike out Thorpe and get himself out of this inning without surrendering any more runs. Cardinals down 1-0 with one out, but a runner on third base as this pitch just bends a little bit outside, and the count evens up at 2-2. Howe at third base, double to lead off the inning. A fly ball to center field let him tag up and move to third. Has another pitch in the dirt, moves the count to 3-2. Ball bounces back to Hunzakers quickly out of the crouch, and the count goes to 3-2. Back-to-back full counts for the Dragons. First base is open, so a walk not the worst thing with the number 9 hitter Stetson Clark on the way up. However, you'd like to see him with 2 outs, not with 1, as the pitch to the plate is off of the hands. That's towards second, and that's going to loop over the head of Peyton Lish and into the glove of Caleb Peterson, who has to play it on a hop, and it's a RBI single for Carson Thorpe to bring home the second run of the game for the MALAD Dragons as they get their 4th hit of the game and take a 2-0 lead with 1 out. Top of the 2nd inning in this major district game. Pivotal matchup between these two sides. Mason sets once again, fires the plate, swing, and a miss from Stetson Clark has him down 0-1 as he went after a high pitch as well. Outfield and comes in a little bit closer with the number 9 batter. He's playing straight up all the way around. Pitch is off the end of the bat. That's going to find the gap, though, as Caleb Peterson and Dylan Downs both have to turn tail and chase. Peterson's going to get to this one first. Speed coming around second as Stetson Clark has 3 in his mind. He's going to hold up with a 1-out triple, and it drives in another run for the MALAD Dragons, who spot themselves to a 3-0 lead. 3 hits in this inning, and if there's a good thing that comes out of this, it's they're earning it. There are not a lot of mistakes in the field so far for the Cardinals, but it has been a problem for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and getting out of innings once they give up a lot of hits. Haven't been able to get those big punch-outs or get the big outs that they were getting earlier on in the season. Dreesen steps up and takes a first pitch high for ball 1. 3-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Another run stands at third with only 1 out as Dreesen takes another pitch upstairs, this time a fastball that comes after the curveball, and the count goes to 2-0. Hoping for some updates from softball once again as they're taking on the MALAD Dragons. Another pitch upstairs goes to 3-0. That softball game and all 3 softball games that are going on today, tomorrow, and Friday, pivotal in the way the district standings are working out. So we'll get to that later on in this game here for baseball. As another pitch fouled down the third base side, just kicks to the left of the bag. Dreesen swinging with a 3-0 count. Knew he was going to get a pitch to hit, but just could not keep it fair. And 3-1, we'll see Mason Smith once again returning to the top of the bump. Cardinals have been putting some work into that mound. Looks much better than it has earlier on this season as they've added some dirt to it. There's a pitch fought off the other side. This one ends up fouled down the first baseline, and it moves the count to 3-2. Another full count, 4th of the game already, as Mason Smith seeing a pitch count which was fairly low, only 13 pitches in the first inning, starting to elevate. Stares in, asks for the signs from the catcher Hunzaker, and the 3-2 pitch is bounced over towards second. That's going to just be an easy play at first, but another RBI ground out for the Dragons, who have yet to punch out. Everybody's put the ball in play, and it's helped them to push across 4 runs in the first 2 innings, with another batter coming up to the plate. 4-0, they lead it on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Brings up Justin Hubbard. He singled his first time up, came around to score, has another one off the end of the bat, but it's going to carry it deep enough for Downs to make the play, and he flies it out. It's a first pitch out for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Cardinals down 4-0. They'll try and wake up the bats and creep back into this one against the MALAD Dragons on KBRV The Co-op and online with our live video stream at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Mountain States Insurance Company. Stop in for help with all of your insurance needs at 30 East, 2nd South next to Caribou Jacks in Soda Springs, or call 208-547-2141 and talk to an agent today. Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. 4-0 they trail the MALAD Dragons as we head to the bottom of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6. I can read, I promise. Coming up in the order for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Jaron Johnson, Caleb Peterson, and Peyton Lish, the scheduled 3 in the order, as they're going to try and find a weak point in J.D. Wilkins, who so far has only thrown 8 pitches and retired each of the first 3 Cardinals, a pair of flyouts and a ground out, as Jaron Johnson will look to try and change the way things have been shaping up. Right-handed batter. 5 RBIs yesterday against American Falls, as he takes the first pitch high for a ball. J.D. Wilkins, one of a plethora of pitchers for the MALAD Dragons, as this pitch misses low, talking with Coach T.C. Williams. He said he's got to throw some of his varsity pitchers into the JV games in order to get them innings during the season. As a pitch way inside is going to miss, and the count goes to 3-0. Wilkins struggling to find the strike zone early on in this second inning. Bottom of the second, Cardinals down as Johnson taking all the way. He sees one plastered on the outside corner as the count goes to 3-1. And pitching is what you need if you want to go a long ways in high school baseball. As a fastball fired past Jaron Johnson. That was one of the reasons the Cardinals were so excited and still are excited if they can get things turned around, as a pitch missing off the plate moves it to a ball, because they have some great depth in their pitching. You look at their starters with Mason Smith, Peyton Lish, Dylan Downs, Kyle Dursteller, all able to throw good innings as starters. Caleb Peterson, another option to send out there in relief, along with Taylor Adams. Deep pitching for the Cardinals this year. In terms of the high school game, for a 2A school, when you can get more than 4 or 5 pitchers, it definitely means you can have some success, as the first pitch to Caleb Peterson's fouled off behind us, and the count goes to 0-1. Peterson, the freshman, stepping in and getting some good varsity time this year alongside Todd Hunzakers. Peterson hits one through the hole. No, it's going to be snared by the shortstop, Howe, and on to first base. He'll record the out. A strong play. Didn't think he was going to have a chance to make it to the ball, but he laid out. And Trevor Howe comes up with out number 1 as he robs Caleb Peterson of a hit. Does move up the runner, as the double play could not be put into play on the diving play. And Jaron Johnson moves up to second base, hoping to be the first run for the Cardinals, and Peyton Lish will try and drive him home. Johnson leads off of second. A pitch upstairs to Lish has him ducking out of the way, as the count goes to 1-0. Wilkins has a good, comfortable cushion, 4-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, but the Cardinals had to come back yesterday from down 5-0 against the the American Falls Beavers, as this pitch fouled off by Peyton Lish. On the pitch he tried to check his swing on, but couldn't quite do so, and the count goes to 1-1. Pitch was high and tight, and he thought better of the swing too late. Wilkins will set himself up once again. Checks the runner. This pitch inside, that does hit Lish, and he's frustrated as he stares down Wilkins on the way down to first, all the way down to first, as that is the first hit batter of the game for either side. Lish taking offense at that one and puts him on the base paths. Cardinals with a pair of runners on base. By the way, that first walk brought to you by Davis Repair, home of the equipment and diesel specialist. Give them a call at 208-221-9403. Wilkins will set up now as he faces Mason Smith, who he checks his swing and fouls the pitch off as well. Pair of foul balls on the inside in the last 3 pitches delivered by Wilkes. As Coach Uskoski checking to make sure that it caught the bat, not the hands of Mason Smith. Both umpires agreeing that it caught the bat. I have to agree as well, as the sound sounded more of a bat than it did flesh, as this pitch misses low and the count goes to 1-1. Mason struggled yesterday. He's had a hot and cold season so far when it comes to the plate. Some games he's been almost impossible to get out. Other games he's worn a cold shoulder as this pitch fouled off right back to us, and the count goes to 1-2, right on the pitch, just a little bit underneath it. Looking to try and snap out of a slump that he's been mired in and trying to take advantage of a couple of runners on base. First and second for the Cardinals. Johnson on second. Lish leads off first as a pitch is going to be fouled off of the foot of Mason Smith, and he's in some pain. And tell you what, that definitely does not feel good as he punches the ground in frustration on the pain. And again, that's one that has him limping, and we'll see if he's even able to keep going, because that, I'll tell you what, could result in a broken toe and a heartbeat, assuming where that ends up hitting. Hopefully that's not the case, as they're going to give him time just to walk this one off to the right side. As I've been there, that hurts. Any time that you get one on the toe like that, takes you some time in order to give yourself that little bit of confidence and get yourself comfortable back in the box. That'll allow the Dragons to chat things over as well, as the infield's going to come in and try and talk with their pitcher Wilkins on the mound, as he's been laboring through some pitches in this inning. He got through the first inning on only 8 pitches, but since then he's thrown 15 in this inning with only 1 away and runners on first and second. Smith says he's good. He's going to step back into the box with a 1-2 count facing him. Cardinals down 4-0. I'll tell you what will make that pain go away in a heartbeat is getting himself on base with a base knock. Maybe even bringing home a run, as everybody heads back to their respective positions in the field for the MALAD Dragons. And staring back in once again is J.D. Wilkins, as he'll set orange and black glove on the mound with the gloved hand underneath it as he fires the plate. That's just fouled off. I don't know how Mason caught that one. That one was a late swing, but a good swing to get a piece of, as that was going to be called strike 3 if he didn't. And he just caught that one, fouling it off with the mask of the catcher, Colby Dreesen. We'll do the 1-2 pitch over again. 6th pitch of the at-bat. This one to the plate. That swung on and missed. And a valiant effort at the plate, but Mason Smith goes down swinging, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Heck of an at-bat by Mason Smith will set up Logan Mumford with still those runners on first and second. Right-handed batter, back of the box, deep in the box as well, as they'll swing and miss at a first pitch for strike number 1. Mumford also had some struggles yesterday at the plate. He ended up going 0 for 4, did score a run. The sophomore stepping in and playing third base in the later half of the season, swings and misses at a pitch upstairs. The count goes to 0-2. Wind dying down. Not much of it today, not like yesterday when the wind decided to blow. It was a steady breeze, as this ball off the end of the bat to the right side. Drifting underneath it is the center fielder Justin Hubbard, and he puts it away. Out number 3 is recorded. Cardinals threaten, put a pair of runners on, but they cannot strike, as they still trail 4-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard to the MALAD Dragons on KBRV, the Co-op, and online with our live video stream at mylocalradio.com.
This production of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by London Drug and Grace, your good neighbor pharmacy, locally owned, locally loved.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Caribou Jack's Trading Company in Soda Springs, supplying you with everything for your home and your one-stop shop for all of your barbecue needs this spring and summer. Stop by at 50 East 2nd South in Soda Springs or call 208-547-4326 today. Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV, the Co-op, and online at mylocalradio.com. Cardinals trailing so far by a score of 4-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs, where they carry only the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amanda Maytag, Crosley, GE, and more. Mason Smith back out on the mound As the first pitch taken inside by J.D. Wilkins for a ball. Smith fouled one off of his left toe. That's his plant foot as he works back out onto the mound. And see if that affects how he delivers. Wilkins swings and misses under a pitch, and count goes to 1-1. Wilkins singled his first time up, was left stranded at third base in the first inning. A one-run inning for the MALAD Dragons as Smith's pitch upstairs misses, and the count goes to 2-1. As Smith has not had the control of his curveball that he has enjoyed throughout the season. Trying to reel that in. Pitch upstairs by a ton, and Wilkins goes fishing after one that's like the big fish that you see in the stories. Did it really exist as a pitch you should be going after? 2-2 count, down to the dirt. Smith tries to change where he throws to, and the count goes full once again. He struggled with the full counts today. This is his fifth one of the game. So far, he's been more successful than the batters have in those full counts. Batters have gone 1 for 4 in the full counts as this one just dips low, and it'll be the first walk of the game surrendered by Mason Smith. And J.D. Wilkins able to make his way on to first base. That walk brought to you by Davis Repair in Soda Springs. So Smith will have a runner on base right away. We'll see if the Dragons put him in motion. They've been aggressive on the base paths when they've had a runner on first so far. DJ Evans at the plate, though. You don't necessarily want to take the bat out of his hands with a runner on the base paths, and he'll swing and foul one off down the left side. Evans was expected to be one of the stars this year for the MALAD Dragons. Talking with T.C. Williams, very slow start to the year, and actually talking with him, he's been one of the leaders in the team in strikeouts and in errors in the field as well, which has been a tough pill to swallow for this team and has thrown some wrenches into the way they've had to try and work the machinery and work the gears of this team being put out into the field. But he has slowly started to see things turn around. As the right-handed batter sees an 0-2 count, though, has an RBI ground out, now pops one up. That's going to be fouled off well behind us, and the count remains at 0-2. Cardinals trailing 4-0. Dragons have scored in each of the previous 2 innings. Have a runner on first base with nobody out in the top of the Sanders Furniture and Appliance third inning. As Smith will fire a pitch upstairs again. That's fouled off to the softball field. And it drops just beyond Sammy Williams in center field of the softball field as DJ Evans putting up a fight. 4 pitches, 4 foul balls as Mason Smith peppering the zone for the senior right-hander at the plate. Pair of seniors against each other. Another ball makes it into the field of play from the softball field. Retrieved for the softball field. T.C. Williams throws it to the plate to be given back to the umpire. So refill his side bags with a couple of baseballs. And Mason Smith will again stare in. Right-hander trying to get the punch out here, trying to get his first punch out of the game as he's been held from getting one of those, and he'll have to wait longer as this pitch into left field is going to be a seeing eye single. And it's the 6th hit of the game for the MALAD Dragons, putting runners at first and second. And that's pitch number 46 in the game for Mason Smith. As the pitch count here in the third inning starting to elevate. Brings up Gavin Combs. He flew out to left field on a snow cone grab by Kyle Dursteller. This time gets good contact again, and it's going to be a sinking line drive that drops in front of Dylan Downs. He gets it in quick enough to keep Wilkins at third base and keep Wilkins at third base from scoring. But it moves everybody up another base pass, and the carousel is full for the MALAD Dragons. Base is full as Coach Yuskoski is going to make a trip out to the mound, and this may be it for Mason Smith. We'll see if he stays with him out there and looks to keep the outfield out there. Caleb Peterson's coming in. It looks like Caleb Peterson is going to take over on the mound for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Base is full, nobody out. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more on KBRV, the Co-op, and online at mylocalradio.com as Caleb Peterson gets himself warmed up on your home for Cardinal baseball.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
First pitch from Caleb Peterson ends up seeing a single lined into left field, as it's an RBI single. That brings home another run, the fifth of the game for the MALAD Dragons, as a strike is powered across the plate to Hayden Dane, who steps in and has an 0-1 count facing him. Caleb Peterson is looking to try and limit the damage, as he's going to fire a pitch a bit too far inside and hits the next batter in the lineup, as Hayden Dane is going to get on base. That'll be an RBI for Dane. And 2 runs already across here, as the Cardinals have seen the lead swell to 6-0 in favor of the MALAD Dragons. And it brings up Carson Thorpe, who singled in a run his first time up and came around to score. As he takes the pitch way inside, and the count goes to 1-0. Peterson trying to limit damage as this pitch chopped over towards third, picked up by Mumford. He's going to come home with the throw, out recorded there, and the Cardinals will settle for that. It's the first out of the inning on the 5-2 putout. No run recorded, and it's a fielder's choice that just moves everybody up a base, except for Combs, who is cut down, left at third base. First out of the inning does come up, though, for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And another pitch popped up into the sky in foul territory. Logan Mumford has a play on it, puts it away for the out, and is able to flip it back to Caleb Peterson with 2 outs in the inning, and the base is still loaded. 2 runs already home. It's a 6-0 game in favor of the MALAD Dragons, but Peterson is 1 out away from working out of the jam, with Colby Dreesen stepping up to the plate, who's 0 for 2 so far. So if you got a batter at the plate that you can get away with having up to the plate, this is the one, as he'll swing. He's going to chop one softly off the end of the bat, and Peterson will work out of trouble with only surrendering 2 runs. Came in with the bases loaded and nobody out, gets the 1-3 put out on 1 pitch against Colby Dreesen, and the bases will be left loaded by the MALAD Dragons, and the score remains 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Soda Springs down 6-0 as we head to the the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs, your home for the best in all of your equipment and appliance needs, as they bring you Lazy Boy, Amanda, Maytag, Crosley, GE, and more. Cardinals will be sending 9-1-2 to the plate as Case Griffiths will lead things off. Kyle Dursteller and Zach Housley will be following him in the batting order for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Apologize for the problems we had on the air, as we're hopefully got those solved and are put behind us, as J.D. Wilkins will look into the first batter he faces in the top of the frame. And Case Griffiths, who had one at-bat yesterday before being replaced by Taylor Adams, who came in to pitch the final 4 innings, will swing and miss at the first pitch. Griffiths DHing for the Cardinals today for Todd Hunsaker. Will step to the right side, and the second pitch fouled off of the mask of the catcher and back to the screen as the count goes to 0-2. Cardinal offense has put runners on base but has not been able to bring anybody home in the first 2 innings by J.D. Wilkins. Still no hits in the game either, as they've just been able to work walks, and that will continue as on 3 pitches Griffiths goes down with the second strikeout of the game by J.D. Wilkins, and the offense starting to stagnate slightly as Kyle Dursteller will step to the right-handed batter's box. He flew out to right field, a well-struck ball, but it was tracked down by the right fielder, Hayden Dane, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. As Kyle steps in again, 6-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Malad Dragons on top, and leading this one is a swing and a miss by Dursteller. We'll have him down to the count 0-2. Wilkins looking to strike out his second straight Cardinal in this inning. Will instead see a ground ball to third. It's bobbled and safe at first base as Dursteller, as he beats out the throw. G.J. Evans makes the mistake as he bobbled it and then throws the ball away trying to get it to first. And it is an E5 to get Kyle Dursteller on base with the 1-out base runner as he moves up to second base with the ball getting away from first base as well. First error of the game for either team. And the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position for the top of their order with Zach Housley stepping to the plate. Another right-handed batter for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Looks out to Wilkins, who will kick fire, and this ball off the outside, kicks up dirt in the left-handed batter's box, and Housley gets ahead in the count 1-0. Infield playing shallow as they're even with the bags all around. It'll be the second baseman, Carson Thorpe, holding the runner at second, and the pitch is going to be way outside. Late steal by Kyle Dursteller. He's tagged out as the throw was high, but the tag came down in time just ahead of the foot of Dursteller, who's caught stealing. And with nobody on, Zach Housley will try and get a new rally started with a 2-0 count against him. Good hitter's count. He's going to lace one to short, but right there to spear it with the glove as Trevor Howe throws on to first. And for the second time, Zach Housley is a ground out, 6-3. That does it for the Sanders Furniture and Appliance third inning. The Cardinals trail this one 6-0 to the Malad Dragons on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com. As Caleb Peterson back onto the mound for his second inning of work, will try and keep the Dragons off the scoreboard. As Taylor Adams checks into the game as well, he'll be playing in right field on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV The Co-op, and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
The Soda Springs Cardinals offense has left 2 runners on base as the Malad Dragons have been able to push across 6 runs through 3 innings and have a 6-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Soda Springs will be looking to their young freshman Caleb Peterson in his second full inning of work to keep the score where it's at and give the offense some time to figure things out, as it'll be the top of the order, Justin Hubbard, J.D. Wilkins, and D.J. Evans to lead things off. And first pitch swinging is going to see a long throw from short, but Zach Housley's able to retire Justin Hubbard on one pitch with a ground out, and Hubbard goes to 1 for 3 on the day. Brings up J.D. Wilkins, who has yet to be retired. He has singled and walked. Has a run scored as well and a stolen base, one of 3 stolen bases for the Dragons, and their 6-0 lead, as the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Peterson gave up a hit and hit a batter in the 3rd inning before retiring the next 3. He'll get another soft ground ball back to him. He flips it on to first, and Peterson has not gone deeper than 2 pitches to any batter he's faced, and has only thrown 10 pitches to the first 5 he's faced. First 6 that he's faced. As he will now step up against D.J. Evans. DJ's 1 for 2. He's got a run and an RBI. And the pitch to him inside, just missing, and the count goes to 1-0. Soda Springs needing this game to keep their hopes of getting the number 2 spot in the district tournament alive. Bear Lake winning the district with a 3-0 record right now. Will be facing the Cardinals tomorrow as another pitch misses upstairs, 2-0. Over on the softball side, things are much more competitive, as while the Cardinals are 0-3 in district play, swing and a miss by D.J. Evans has him down 2-1. The MALAD Dragons coming into this one, this is their final game. They're 3-2. Their only losses are to Westside. Westside's playing Bear Lake today, sits atop the district with a 4-1 record. And if they win out in their final 2 games today and Friday against the Cardinals, would be hosting the district championships. Bear Lake, if they win today and beat the Cardinals, would end up finishing at 4-2 as well, as they lost both games to the MALAD Dragons. Ball fouled off down the left side, deep down the left side, will keep D.J. Evans alive. 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning, 6-0. The MALAD Dragons on top, heart of the order, going against the young pitcher in Caleb Peterson. So the Soda Springs softball team holds the fate of the district in their hands as Peterson throws an off-speed pitch by D.J. Evans, who is out in front. And on 9 pitches, Peterson's through the 4th, 16 pitches in 2 innings, as Peterson calms down the offense of the MALAD Dragons. He set down the last 6 he's seen, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals offense hoping to get some wheels turning on KBRV, the Co-op, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat. Ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound. And boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs. This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Ricky Wood and Gate City Real Estate. Call Ricky today at 208-547-7012 and let her help you find your way home. Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they are trailing the MALAD Dragons 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. A no-hitter being thrown by J.D. Wilkins. He's walked a batter, hit a batter, and seen a batter reach on an error, as he has been masterful on the mound, and Dylan Downs will almost destroy the mastery in the first pitch he sees, but instead fouls one off down the left side. Caught it well, but just could not keep it inside the foul lines, running down towards the foul poles, and the count instead just goes to 0-1. Bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0. The MALAD Dragons on top of the Soda Springs Cardinals in a big district game for both teams. Ball on the 0-1 pitch is brought into center field. Drifting over and putting it away is Justin Hubbard. And he's been busy out in center field, but he's been up to the task. That's the second fly ball out to him. And he has recorded 2 of the 10 outs so far for Wilkins, who faces Jaron Johnson, who walked his first time up and now chops one over the Cardinal dugout. 0-1, the count goes on him. That's the 40th pitch so far. Wilkins has averaged only 12 pitches through the first 3 innings. Wilkins will fire. This pitch is going to be hit on the ground towards short. Another clean play for Howe, who picks it up, fires on to first, and on 4 pitches, the first 2 batters in the middle of the order for the Cardinals have been set down, with Caleb Peterson hoping to keep the trend from going in the wrong direction any further. Cardinals putting the ball in play. That has not been the problem this year. They just have not had the fortune getting the ball to anybody. Pitch from Wilkins inside to Caleb Peterson. And just catches the inside corner, I should say, as the count goes to 0-1. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning, and a 4th inning that is whirred by as Wilkins will fire again. This ball bounced past the catcher and up to the top of the netting, and the count goes to 1-1. Peterson's come in and offensively or defensively has shut down the Dragons, but the offense has not come around for him or his teammates quite yet, trying to get that first hit on the board. Then you can see things start to change, and he does that. Lifts one over the head of the third baseman, DJ Evans, and the first base knock of the game for the Cardinals is onto the board with Peterson on to first base. Peyton Lish was hit by a pitch his first time up, as it'll be Connor Tormund to pinch run for Caleb Peterson. The pitcher will head back to the dugout with 2 outs. Lish, as I said, was hit by a pitch that he stared down Wilkins all the way down to first base after being plunked. As the first pitch this time is going to be fought off to the right side in the air, but put away easily by the first baseman, Gavin Combs. And the Cardinals will put another runner on base, but they won't. They're able to tack any runs onto the board as the score moves along to the 5th inning. Brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. And the Cardinals trail 6-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
The MALAD Dragons in control of the game so far as they've shut out the Soda Springs Cardinals 6-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Cardinals looking to try and keep up the good work on defense as they've had one of their cleanest games in the field. No errors yet today. And Caleb Peterson has come in the last 6 Dragons he's seen, he's set them down. And he's only had to use 13 pitches for those 6 batters. He's only thrown 16 pitches in the 2 innings of work so far that he's put out there on the mound. The freshman will look in, rocks into a delivery, and fires a pitch upstairs that misses to Gavin Combs to lead things off. Gavin Combs, Trevor Howe, Hayden Dane, the scheduled 3 for the MALAD Dragons. Combs, the first baseman, has a single, was left stranded at third as he was cut down at the plate, trying to score on a ground out on the infield. Takes another pitch, and the count goes to 2-0. Also flew out to left field. That ended the first inning. Holds the Easton bat beyond his head, works the back of the box as this pitch comes inside too much, and the count goes to 3-0. Peterson struggling to find the zone early on in this appearance. Caleb's had a strong game already this year once. He was able to stifle the bats of Declo earlier this year not Declo, of Prairie earlier this year in the Glens Ferry tournament. He pitches one behind the head of Combs, who reaches base on the base on balls. That's another Davis Repair base on balls. Brought to you by Davis Repair, the equipment and diesel specialist at 600 West Highway 30 in Soda Springs. First walk surrendered by Peterson, only the second walk of the game given up by the Cardinals, and it leads off the 5th inning. Where the Cardinals already are trailing 6-0. You can't afford to let that runner come across. Not the best of speed as Combs leads off of the base. Trevor Howe steps to the batter's box. He takes the first pitch for a ball as the count goes to 1-0. Pete working from the stretch as he checks the runner behind him. Eye black stretched down the eyes as he looks for a pickoff, and back as Combs to the bag as the throw to Jaron Johnson late. And Peterson will wander back up to the top of the mound. Track and field for Soda Springs, busy this week. They're going to be in Grace on Friday as they close out their season with districts coming up. Bouncer over to third, picked up by Mumford, on to second for one. Lish can't finish the double play. That was going to be a tough turn with the speed of Trevor Howe. It does turn into a 5-4 fielder's choice, and the Cardinals do get the first out of the inning as Combs is cut down from the base pass. For the Dragons, it does put better speed at first base, but it does cost them an out. We'll see if they put him into motion with Hayden Dane stepping up. He's 0 for 1, has been hit by a pitch. That drove in a run. That was the second batter faced by Caleb Peterson. Runner does go. Throw down to second is late, and it is a MySpace Storage stolen base for Trevor Howe. Howe's been on base all 3 times today. That's his first stolen base. He has a run scored and was left at third base, as he was the first batter that Caleb Peterson faced. As a ball slapped out down the line in third base, gets past Logan Mumford, quickly up with it is Dursteller. Throw comes home, and moving up to second on the throw is Hayden Dane. He's got his first hit of the game and moves up to second base. Runners at second and third with 1 out. And the MALAD Dragons threatening here in the top of the 5th inning, already up 6-0. Bottom of the order, hoping to flip it around. Carson Thorpe is 1 for 2 with a single and a fielder's choice. The ball will get past the catcher, and ball 1 onto the count. We'll have it go to 1-0. Thorpe with an RBI single in his first at-bat of the game. That brought home Trevor Howe. Dragons 10 run the Cardinals in 5 innings the first time these two teams played. That was a 10-0 win in MALAD. And now they're trying to continue to add those up. Mumford gets a grounder hit to him, throws the ball away to third base, or from third base to first. It's an error on the Cardinals' first error of the game, and this is not a time to start having those errors pop up. It will be an RBI, as the run would have scored anyways. But it keeps it with 1 out, and moving up to third base is Hayden Dane. And it makes it a 7-0 score for MALAD as Peterson fires a pitch that's high. Throw cut off on the way to second as the runner steals, and a stolen base. We'll see another run cross the plate as Hayden Dane on the double steal will move across home plate, and Carson Thorpe will move up to second. Makes it 8-0. And now that 10-0 lead stands in the batter's box with run number 9 off at second. Pitch swung on. That's left up in the zone and smacked into left field. Holding up at third base is Carson Thorpe, and Stetson Clark will have another single to his record. He's got a triple and a single today and puts runners on the corner. Still only 1 out with Colby Dreesen getting set to come to the plate as the lineup flips over for the MALAD Dragons with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. 8-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Pair of hits in the inning against Peterson. An error and a fielder's choice as a ball slapped up to the middle. Runner was on the move, and now Zach Housley will double clutch and ends up throwing the ball away, as that's an error on the Cardinals shortstop. That allows another run to come across and score. It's an unearned run, and with 2 errors in the inning, every run that comes across after this will end up being unearned as runners at second and first with still only 1 out. We'll see the bat of Justin Hubbard, who's 1 for 3, step up. Hubbard, a left-handed batter, the center fielder for the Dragons, fouls one back to the screen, and the count goes to 0-1. Peterson facing his 7th batter of this inning. Trying to work through some damage. At the last all 6 of the MALAD Dragons have reached base in this inning. Pitch up and off the plate. We'll have the catcher and Hunsaker out of his crouch, looking over towards third. Count moves to 1-1. As Hubbard looks out once again, Peterson trying to get the second out. Only other out on a fielder's choice is a ball fouled off to the softball field, nearly catching Haley Downs, who was in right field, She had to duck and cover. Count goes to 1-2. No update on the softball score yet. Hopefully we'll be able to find one of those before too long. And stepping up to the plate is Justin Hubbard for a 1-2 count. Peterson looks in, fires this pitch way off the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. 8-0 as the Dragons have pushed across 2 runs already here in this inning. 3 runs as it makes it a 9-0 game. Here in the top of the 5th inning, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. We'll be down in Bear Lake next week as a pickoff back to second base is late. And diving back safely is Stetson Clark, who has a single earlier on in this game. A single did not bring home any runs. As another pitch off the plate will move the count to 3-2, still with only 1 out. That's something that's going to be a good learning experience for Caleb Peterson, a young pitcher for the Cardinals. A freshman who's getting some experience against the district here. As another pitch fought off the end of the bat. Logan Mumford got a bad read at first, but adjusts, recovers, and puts it away as out number 2 is recorded. And that 10th run is left standing at second base, but a dangerous bat coming up in J.D. Wilkins. So work not quite done for Caleb Peterson on the mound. As he'll now have to face against the pitcher for the MALAD Dragons, who trying to shorten his outing. If he can bring up that runner from second, would have a better chance of shortening this game. Swings through an off-speed pitch that moves the count to 0-1. Peterson sets up again. This pitch inside, taken for a ball, and the count goes to 1-1. DJ Evans on deck. Already has a grand slam against the Cardinals. That took place on Saturday. Of course, the fence is down in MALAD, a little bit shorter as this pitch upstairs and in. Count goes to 2-1. Load the bases up, though. I'm sure he'd have some dreams of that in his head, which could be something good for the Cardinals, as he might be swinging for the fences in that case. And that could result in him trying to do too much and maybe swinging himself out of an at-bat as this pitch misses. And the count goes to 3-1. However, you'd rather not have that even as an option. As Peterson needs to find the zone here. 3-1 count, runners at first and second, 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning in a 9-0 game. Pitch off the plate, kicks up some dirt. That's a walk brought to you by Davis Repair, and it will bring up the big bat of DJ Evans to the plate. He's already got a single. He's 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI and a run. An RBI ground out back in the first got the scoring started for the Dragons. The single was one of the first 2 runs to come across the plate in the 3rd inning. As Peterson winds, fires this pitch just a little bit outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Dragons have scored in every inning other than the 4th. They've plated 3 here in the top of the 5th. 9th batter to come to the plate as Peterson winds. This one inside, and count goes to 2-0. Peterson winds again. 2-0 pitch, left up, but missed on the swing as it's just fouled off down the third base line. Not solid contact, and we'll see what the 2-1 pitch delivery is going to hold for DJ Evans. Base is loaded, which means the Cardinals can go to the nearest base to them if it's hit towards one of them in the infield. As the ball fouled off again, count to 2-2. And now Peterson 1 out away from getting out of this with leaving that 10th run at third base. Again, that's an important run as it takes a little bit of pressure off the Cardinals' offense. And almost a big hit by DJ Evans as he was way out in front of a pitch and fouled one well down the left field side, but he was right on top of it as he barreled it up but just could not hold the swing back. We'll see what this 2-2 pitch has for Peterson as Caleb Wines fires that one left over the plate. That's through the gap behind a diving try by Zach Housley. 1 run scores. A second run will be plated as well. It's a 2 RBI single for DJ Evans, and his success against the Soda Springs Cardinals continues as he has his 10th RBI against the Cardinals this year. 5 runs in this inning. And the Cardinals now trail 11-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Not only to get that 10th run across, but a big insurance run as well, as that brings up Gavin Combs, who led this inning off with a single and was taken off for the base paths. And a pitch turned on high into the air and put away by Kyle Dursteller. Cardinals get out of the inning. They have some work ahead of them, though, as they trail 11-0 heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brought to you by Bear Lake Drug on KBRV, the Co-op, and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
The Soda Springs offense will try and do something they haven't done against J.D. Wilkins yet, and that is put some runs across the board as they trail 11-0 as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning, and this could be it for the Soda Springs Cardinals if they can't change the way this game has been turning. As Wilkins right now is only giving up the 1 hit to the Cardinals. That came from Caleb Peterson. Will be facing the bottom 3 in the order. Taylor Adams, who replaced Mason Smith in the order and replaced Caleb Peterson in right field, will be followed by Logan Mumford and Case Griffiths as the way the lineup is set up right now. Adams did have 2 singles yesterday, as he was part of a couple of rallies for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and the left-hander will step in and await the first pitch from Wilkins, who has only thrown 45 pitches so far, and make it 46 as this ball popped up over towards first, and it's put away cleanly by the first baseman Combs. And the Cardinals are down to their final 2 outs, back-to-back pop-outs on the first pitch over to that first base side, as Taylor Adams is 0 for 3. Brings up Logan Mumford, right-handed batter, who is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field on a well-struck ball, takes the first pitch inside, and the count goes to 1-0. Wilkins has been working easily through this one. It's been impressive to watch this young man work, as another pitch is going to be flared up and ends up just making it over the fence into the fields back beyond us, and the count goes to 1-1. Mumford trying to get a rally started. Cardinals need at least 2 to keep the game going. This pitch popped up as well. That's going to be playable for the catcher, and moving his way under it and underhanding it. No. Dropping into the field of play as the catcher, Colby Dreesen, couldn't corral it. Couldn't see it. Nobody called him off. We'll have the first error of this inning, the second error of the game on the Dragons, result in Mumford at first base. And we saw this yesterday with Mumford, as that started off a rally in the bottom of the 7th inning against American Falls, which brought the tying run to the plate for the Cardinals. Mumford now caught off of the base paths, but just safe as the ball leaks out of the glove of the first baseman Combs. The catcher Dreesen hoping to make up for a error, was just a little bit late getting it down to that side of the field. We'll see a 1-0 delivery to the plate. This one upstairs misses to Case Griffiths, and he's up in the count 2-0. Top of the order on deck, Kyle Dursteller is 0 for 2, but has reached on an error as he waits for his opportunity in the plate. He'll take another pitch, does Case Griffiths. He's up 3-0, and now Wilkins is maybe trying to dig for a little bit extra as he's firing some bullets, but has lost that command of the zone. 3-0 pitch. That's going to catch Griffiths on the shoulder blade, and with the hit by pitch, he makes his way down to first, and that, again, is an important run for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as that would keep this game going if Griffiths comes across the plate. Right now, 11-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dursteller to the plate, right-handed batter, again 0 for 2, but has put the ball in play well twice. He'll swing at the first pitch he sees, fouls one high into the air, and that's going to make it to the fence that borders the first base side, and the count goes to 0-1. As the lack of foul territory here in Soda Springs helping out the Cardinals several times so far today. With an 0-1 count, Dursteller steps back into the right-handed box. On deck, Zach Housley awaits his opportunity, as he, unless a double play is grounded into, is guaranteed an opportunity at the plate. Dursteller fouls one back to the Cardinals' dugout, and the count goes to 0-2. Bounced off of the pitcher's screen they used to protect some of the players in the dugout, with it being so close to the field. Wilkins stares in. The runners, Mumford on second, Griffiths on first, get off to their leads, and the pitch to the plate is chopped over towards third, picking it up and stepping on the bag himself for the easy force out is the third baseman, DJ Evans. It's a 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice, and the final out for the Cardinals will hopefully not be Zach Housley, as he's grounded out to short twice so far today. That would do it for this ball game. He needs to put something into the outfield. Good speed on the base paths if he can get one into the gap. Could plate both of these runs, and he's got speed himself. Also has some power that he has not shown off this season, but he takes a first pitch for a strike as dialed into the zones is DJ Wilkins. He's thrown the last 4 pitches through the strike zone. It's resulted in an out. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, 11-0. Pitch to the plate, fouled off to the left side, and the count goes to 0-2, and the Cardinals down to their last strike. They've been outscored by MALAD 21-0 in the 2 games that they've played this year, and hoping to avoid being shut out going into the district tournament. These teams will have a rematch with each other on Monday. It all depends on who will be home and away, as a pitch fought off to the right side, crossing over the daytime moon, flashing its way in the blue sky overhead, as the count remains at 0-2. New ball given out to Wilkins. As he takes a patient look inside, twists the ball in his right hand before bringing it to the glove, finds the pitch, and the ball is going to be lifted into that left center field gap. That's going to cruise for a while. Dursteller is going to be waved home as Housley comes through in the clutch. Dursteller to the plate. The throw beats him, and he's cut down on a bullet from center field, and the relay by the shortstop Trevor Howe was on the money, and it doesn't come closer than that. It's a double that plates one for Housley, and you can't blame the Cardinals for sending Dursteller to the plate, but he's cut down on a fantastic ball in from left field that cuts down the game and cuts down the Cardinals' chances. They fall 11-1 to the MALAD Dragons, and the game goes to the MALAD Dragons as we will take a break, come back with our post-game wrap-up on KBRV, the Co-op, and online at MyLocalRadio.com. Your home for Cardinal sports as we give you a look at how things shape up.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Caribou County Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by Bear Lake Dental, where their commitment is to provide you with the highest standard of personalized dental care in a gentle, efficient, and professional manner. Call 208-847-0153 to schedule your appointment with Bear Lake Dental.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Mountain States Insurance Company. Stop in for help with all of your insurance needs at 30 East, 2nd South next to Caribou Jackson, Soda Springs, or call 208-547-2141 and talk to an agent today.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of May 4th through the 10th in Soda Springs. 80% lean, 20% fat. Ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Family packs of thighs or drumsticks are just 99 cents a pound. And boneless New York pork chops are $1.69 a pound. $10 mix or match bags are back. Grab 2-pound packages of carrots, fresh white corn, 1-pound packages of mini sweet peppers, red or yellow onions, and plenty of other fruits and vegetables to pack into your bag for just $10. And those are just some of the savings you can find at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Troy Young Plumbing and Heating. Call 208-221-0581 for all your plumbing needs, including new installs and remodels, repairs, furnace installation, and more.
We have an update from the softball field, 3-2 as that game heads to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the MALAD Dragons, but giving them a battle. And the Cardinals looking to try and pull some upsets and pull some strings from the softball's way of things are working out and make things a little bit more interesting in the district standings over there. The district standings have become packed and solid in baseball as the Soda Springs Cardinals fall to the MALAD Dragons by a final score of 11-1 in today's ball games. They only muster 2 hits against the starting pitcher J.D. Wilkins, and unfortunately a pair of errors in the top of the 5th inning help to aid the MALAD Dragons cause and help them to 10-run the Cardinals for the second time this year. As for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Zach Housley gave them their lone run as he ripped a 2-out RBI double to left center field, and it almost was a 2 RBI double, but Kyle Dursteller was cut down on a fantastic cutoff and relay throw from Trevor Howe, who fired a bullet to the plate to cut down Dursteller trying to score. Caleb Peterson was the only other Cardinal to manage to hit. Case Griffith scored the lone run for the Cardinals in the game. As J.D. Wilkins goes 5 innings, gives up 1 run. It's unearned as an error led off that inning. 2 hit batsmen, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 hits for J.D. Wilkins on the line against him on 60 pitches through 5 innings as he averages 12 pitches an inning. As far as the MALAD Dragons are concerned, they were led on the day by Carson Thorpe with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Stetson Clark in the 9-hole went 2 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI as well, as the bottom of the order did its job in flipping things over. Colby Dreesen went 0 for 4, did score a run and had an RBI. Justin Hubbard went 1 for 4 with a run. J.D. Wilkins likewise 1 for 2 with a run scored. DJ Evans went 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs, including the runs that gave the MALAD Dragons that 11-0 lead in the top of the 5th inning with a 2 RBI single. Gavin Combs ended up going 1 for 3. Trevor Howe 2 for 3 with 2 runs. Hayden Dane went 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Mason Smith started the game off for the Cardinals, fouled a ball off of his toe, and was never quite the same after that happened as he was pulled in the 3rd inning. Gives up 6 runs, all of those earned, and Mason Smith gives up 7 hits as well. He only walked 1 batter, and the MALAD Dragons are able to take advantage of that to give them a nice cushion early, but Caleb Peterson comes in. He was able to limit the damage in the 3rd inning to just 2 runs as he came in with the bases loaded and nobody out, no runs across. But unfortunately, the problems in the last inning were haunting to him, and he gives up 5 runs in that frame. All of those runs end up being unearned runs against Caleb Peterson, all but 2 of those runs end up being unearned runs in that frame. 47 pitches for the young freshman, gave up 5 hits, 1 strikeout, and hit 1 batter along with 2 walks and 3 innings of work. Cardinals fall once again to the MALAD Dragons by 11-1. We'll take a break. When we come back, our sports update will be seeing us talk with Kate White on the Soda Springs track team on KBRV The Co-op and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caribou County Athletics are being brought to you by Bear River Head Start, where they are now accepting applications for preschool. Call 435-755-0181 and enroll your 3- or 4-year-old children today.
Let technology make life a little easier and give you peace of mind about your home. With affordable security and smart home options, SilverStar makes it easy to take the first step. Keep an eye on what's important to you and be able to act before an incident becomes an emergency. You're in good hands when you choose SilverStar. We've been bringing cutting-edge technology and star treatment customer service to Eastern Idaho and Western Wyoming for nearly 70 years. Call us today and ask about our starter security and smart home packages.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Caleb Burgraff here with Kate White, one of the members of the Soda Springs track team. And Kate, this year is whirring by you, and I were just kind of talking about that. But how has the season been going for you, especially knowing that you're still one of the underclassmen here at Soda Springs?
The season has been a good one for the whole team and myself. It's gone by really fast, but every day we've pushed each other, so it's been good.
Track is one of those groups that has a consistent coach, especially for the kids that run the cross-country program and flip over to here. Has that helped you as far as having a consistent and a familiar face coaching you?
I think it has, because we're more comfortable with asking questions and working together, I guess, with Linda and Jeff and all the other coaches, so I think it helps.
You are one of the runners who has 1 or 2 really set positions as far as the races that you run, but dabble into a little bit of everything else. You don't really have a set 4 different types of events that you run in. Is that something you enjoy, or are you looking forward to, as the years go on, getting a few more set events?
I like to try new things, and I know that our coaches like to push us to try new things because SOTA doesn't have a lot of field events that we participate in, but I like to try new things, and I think lots of other people in SOTA do, and I guess it gets us out of our comfort zone, which helps you grow.
This last meet that you were at was one of the first nice weather meets that you guys have had. Do you think that helped out with not only you but the rest of the team in putting up better times? Because it looked like almost everybody on the team was able to get a PR.
Yeah, it was a lot nicer weather, and there were really good competitions and lots of runners that were really fast, and I think that helped us get personal records, and the weather probably had a big part in it too.
When you get to see a few different teams like that, is that enjoyable as well for you, getting an opportunity to not necessarily see the same district teams, and especially this late in the season when you really start to get into those same districts?
It kind of scares us actually when we go there first because we're not really used to it, but it's kind of like a model of a state meet kind of because we don't really know all the teams, and it just pushes us to do our best and show them what we have.
This week is a busy week for you guys because of Aberdeen getting canceled and moved up to Tuesday. Is that something that you're excited about as well, or something that should help you in the fact that when you get to districts, it's a 2-day meet, when you get to state, it's a 2-day meet, and you guys are ending the season with essentially a 2-day meet?
Yeah, I think that having 2 meets in a week can be rough, but whatever we're thrown, we kind of just have to go with it.
You guys also get the closest to a home meet you're going to have this year with going over to Grace. Is that something also you're excited about to finish the year on and be able to show local people who can't normally make those trips what this team can do?
Yeah, we like to show what we can do, and we like to race against people that we know, and we like to just try our best at every meet we can.
Well, Grace will have 12 teams there, and you'll be able to really show what you can do against district opponents. And Kate, we appreciate you chatting with us.
Thank you.
Big thanks once again to Kate White for joining us on our post-game show. As that wraps things up for us here today from the baseball field. Another update before we go off the air. Softball is up 4-3 on the MALAD Dragons in the bottom of the 5th inning, as they have taken a lead, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and are looking to upset the MALAD Dragons after being stumped by the Dragons the first time around in a 13-0 game. It looks like things could be turning around for the Soda Springs Cardinals. As for us, I want to thank you for tuning into this edition of Cardinal Baseball on KBRV and online at mylocalradio.com. This broadcast has been brought to you by Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, Hunsaker Ford, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. The proceeding has been a presentation of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of the preceding production can be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the forebearing. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook, and we'd also like to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson and General Photographer Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors and to all of you for tuning in and supporting athletics on KBRV. Be sure to visit mylocalradio.com for full recaps of this game as well as for archived copies of this and other games. And until the next time the Cardinals take to the field, goodbye and have a wonderful afternoon.